Brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, and this is another edition of EBX Discussion. And if you alive and breathing, guess what? We are back to conquer another day. And I really appreciate those that have been riding along on this journey. Are my current subscribers and new subscribers, and anyone that view, whether you react or not. If you got something out of it, I appreciate you and thank you. And let's honor our ancestors, shall we? Their spirit alive in the present, and a lot of us righteous brothers and sisters out here. And we always got to be thankful that we breathing, that we have breath in one's body, because there are always those bodies who lay to rest, but their spirit lived on, especially if they were righteous. And I honor thy mother, and I honor thy father, and I honor thy sister, and I honor thy brother. And I know everybody's doing well. If you striving for greatness and you're working on your mind, body, and soul, because body is important too. I know a lot of us talk about the mental because the body follows the mind, but just don't forget to pay attention to that body and things that fester inside, whether it's something for your health or it's a thought or it's an issue that we're dealing with within. Always deal with those issues within, and it'll make everything else great. It'll make everything else good. And always keep our mind, body, and soul organized. Look that word up if you have to, so you can get the real meaning. Don't just say and do things. Go deeper into depth in just about every aspect of our lives, whatever it is, whether we're dealing with a significant other, we're dealing with children, and especially ourselves. Because something I love to say, when we have that wonderful spirit organized within, and then we work our way out, and it's beautiful. But it just happens over time. It takes studying, it takes solitude, it takes meditating, it takes knowing knowledge of self, brother or sister. I don't care how many times we hear this, but those of us that are at this state, we know. And sometimes you have to hear it over and over again. It gets into your subconscious, and just like writing things down and reading, keeping that pineal gland sharp and open, receiving the right things we need into our system. Never let stress seek into our system. No kind of stress, not even a little bit. Leave no crack for negativity. Now, will we make mistakes along the way? Yes. Will there be challenges? Yes. But when we study oneself and we study our loved ones that we're connected to, and that can be anybody within our family, outside of our family, it will be less challenges because we study oneself over time, and it's brother or sister, young or old. And I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, young or old, my children, family, my children's mothers, those that's looking for greatness in one's life, and those that maybe not know it, and stuck in the situations, different circumstances in everyone's life, So I'm here to tell you that you are brilliant. You are brilliant. You have to know that you're brilliant. Say this to yourself, brother or sister. We have to think power thoughts on purpose. We can't let things take us down and things discourage us and the fear mongering in the media and in the world. We have our own thinking, not in a selfish way though, but just to sustain oneself, to keep ourselves sane. You are brilliant. Say that to yourself in the mirror when you wake up in the morning, brother or sister, and say this to yourself. I am brilliant. I am vibrant. I can do anything. We have to have this mindset. Now, are we invincible? No. Do we have, superpowers? I mean, like jump over a train or fly? No, we can't do none of these things physically, but in our mind, there's no limit. There's no limit. And let no person, place, or thing make you think that there's a limit. Because when we are creative in our thinking, a lot of answers will come about, but you can get some answers from the outside, but most of the answers, from 1 to 100%, I say 95% of all real, natural, spiritual answers, they will have to come within. I don't care what we are connected to on the outside. It's always going to come back to knowing knowledge of self. Now, I'm going to tell you how I know you're brilliant. And I'm going to talk about some ways and give some advice. Like I always say, suggestions, teach, and then give advice. I'm going to give some advice on ways of knowing. First off, I'm going to show you that you're brilliant. And then we're going to talk about some ways of staying brilliant amongst other things in our lives that gives a good vibration. And I'm here to tell you, if nobody else told you, tell you again, you are brilliant, brother or sister, young or old. And we're going to talk about some ways. Now, this is one stage. All right, here we go. Brilliant. You are brilliant, brothers and sisters. Anyone that's seeking greatness within and is real to the pit of the soul, you are brilliant. And if you are of light or color, very bright and radiant, that makes you brilliant. Brilliant like sunshine, bright, shining, blazing, not letting nothing stop you from blazing, especially if you're righteous. Now, we talking about right things here. We're not talking about nothing bad, I have no tolerance for negativity or someone being sneaky or evil or trying to undermine. There's too much shit going on in this world. Some of us have children. Some of us have significant others. And again, folks, you always got to keep this at the pit of our soul. This is what keep us centered. I always talk about those centering mechanisms. You never know what's lying ahead. That's why we study great things and things to help our bodies and our minds. Again, I'll say organize. That's my favorite word, organization. Organize our money, our money too, but organize our mind, body, and spirit. When we got those three things organized, we can face any challenge. Because a lot of us, brothers and sisters, and we all got different stories and experiences we done been through, some worse than others. And again, a lot of us have been through that fire, which one has, but it's those that have been through way worse fire than me. So, and we all, it's really no difference. We all have been through that same kind of fire, so to speak, that made us who we are, made us the soldiers and soldierettes. We are, So I want to do that first stage. I got two stages here. I like to write things down. I like to read and go in depth on things, get the real meaning of things, not just things, person, place, or thing, and life and our purpose in this life. That's why we do things. That's why we search knowledge. That's why we try to become a better, greater person, brother or sister. I'm gonna read that first stage again. Of light or color, very bright and radiant, that makes you brilliant. If you're any of those, you're brilliant, bright, shining, blazing. And let's go to stage 2. Clever or talented. Now we gotta watch that word clever. We mean clever in a righteous way. We only time we really be clever is if it's a toxic entity. Now we use, because we take what they try to do to us and we use it right back on them. We be a mirror to those that are evil and toxic and using clever. But this clever in this case would be righteous in a right way. Clever or talented, or for an example, a brilliant young mathematician, that's exceptional. That's brilliant. Things like that, brilliant. Math is not really one of my great areas, got to be honest. And I was always more of spelling and drawing, and I always had my thing with words. That's why I like to do music and write rhymes, and poetry actually runs in my family, and my family has many gifts, many things. And when you pay attention to oneself, and as we get older and as we get wiser, we see the gifts of our families, it's like it manifests in us as we get older. We're like, wow, my family, different people in my family that do this. But we have to be open to see things like this. Things like that will make you appreciate your family. And, I say, I got a family of chefs, that can cook. I got family that's musically talented, has a very good music ear, and just overall accountable. And, a lot of people in my family, we handle our business. We take care of our business. We have our little differences and ups and downs within the family, but most of us are still here. And why are we still here? Because we are brilliant. And we've been through all the challenges and did what we had to do to get through them. Even though some of us don't talk sometimes or whatever, we're still here. And we did, it's just that, as a family, sometimes we get older and have kids and move away, and we work in jobs, and just different things happen in life. People passing away, and just different mindsets. Things change as we get older. But one good golden thing that I will hold on to with my family, I remember the times when we used to do a lot of things as a family. I remember that as a child, when my grandmother was alive and my granddad was alive, we all used to go to Great America, and we did this every summer. I remember that, and we used to take trips. So those are the things that keep us brilliant, brothers and sisters. We hang on to the great things about our families, our loved ones, our children, our significant other, ourselves, most important. I always got to have those great things, great thoughts and great spirit about ourselves, but in a humbling way, in a healing way, not in a selfish way, because we always got to share that same love and inspiration to our loved ones, because always and forever, we're always going to be connected to our loved ones, no matter how much solitude we take. That's what I say. But that solitude is to build oneself and to help build everyone else. It's the most fulfilling thing in this life, when you impact another brother's life or sister's life or a family member's life. And I'm gonna do these 2 stages again, about being brilliant. You are brilliant. I don't want no one out there to have no self-doubt. I don't care if you think you're in a small place, you're in the middle, you even if you at the top, if you're having some kind of challenge, you are brilliant. Look at all the brilliant things that you have done, and look at the brilliant things that you are doing. And I want to talk about my son. He's Lord Lamont, and you can go on my channel, and we just had a podcast about just do your best, and we was talking about just discussing different things in life and what he been through, and kind of what I've been through, and we're just having a collective conversation, or discussion, father and son discussion. And it's right here on my channel. We just did it a couple days ago, and also we did some music that's in the end screen of that podcast, and it's called Just Do Your Best. And we had it's a very vibe. It was a very good vibe, and I love doing that with my son, and it's gonna be more of that. And I'll have also other video of my other family members in days to come. This life just gets so busy sometimes. That's why we take moments like this, and not just speaking on YouTube. We take moments in our life and stop, find a quiet place, slow down, and think about things. That's how we keep ourselves balanced and above and beyond water. But yeah, if you want to, you can go on my channel, check that out. We just did a couple days ago, and me and my son will be going to be doing that. We're going to do more of those. Sometimes it'll be videos, sometimes it'll be podcasts, and I love doing that, and it's brought us closer together, because my son and I, we've had our little issues, and it's not his fault, nothing like that. It's just like I said on that podcast, fucking life situations, man. And when our mind is, because 20, 30 years ago, I definitely didn't think the way I think now. But everything happens for a reason. It's something my mom say. That great divine puts us in different situations and different positions for a reason. When we recede and we've been through our lessons and our tests, we will see that, and then we will begin to know that we are brilliant, and brilliance can be used. And we are brilliant in many areas. It's just the reason why I wanted to speak on this, because you have those that don't think they're brilliant. And being brilliant is not just being this top professor, or don't get me wrong, we got a lot of top professors and great teachers out there that are, man, excellent, very brilliant. But brilliance can be in a lot of areas in our lives. You don't always have to have, it ain't always got to be about degrees and how intelligent you are, but you do have to have some intelligence though. Ignorance and brilliance, I don't think those two would fit together too well. So I think we would have to be somewhat intelligent to know that we are brilliant and know what areas we are brilliant in. And I just want those to know, if you anyone out there that's feeling down, feeling self-doubt, A lot of us have been there too. I've been there too. I know how you can feel like nobody cares and nobody listening. Stop right there. Remember, that great higher force is always listening. That great higher force has always came through in our worst times. All you gotta do is just think about that. Always do just some reflection. We always extract the needed tools of the past, but we don't get stuck in the past. You know, we learn from it, take those tools, and build that great future that lies ahead. You know, you never know what lies ahead. So, and that great divine is always in a righteous brother or sister's life, like I say. And but going back to my son, yeah, go on my channel again, like I said, check that out. And there's more of that to come. And also just did a recent song here for returning subscribers in my, I think it's in my feature, I think they call it feature. And it's called the same thing, Do Our Best. You know, and I'll do music from time to time. And of course, my son and I will be doing music. Because I don't want to get away from the music, you know. Not trying to become no big star or get 1,000 views. It's just something I like to do. It's a release, you know, from the toxic, negative things of the world. That's why I do music, and it feels good, just like when I do these speaking and go into my quiet moments. That's how I do my music. The same way. It's another meditative moment. It's a way to get away from the world, so to speak, and stay balanced. And just music is something I've been doing since the 90s. I've been doing music for so long. It's my passion. And I can make a song at will. I've been, when you do something over time, you get good at it. And that's how you become brilliant. You stay at it, keep chipping away, get rid of all the unwanted things that hide and harbor in our body. That's the most important thing. And because great thoughts leads to a great body. That's just a given. Organization within yourself is the best thing you can do for oneself. And that's brother or sister, young or old. Always look for ways to better your brain and better yourself, and to help teach to better those that we are lovingly connected to, and that's in our families or outside our families. And see the brilliance in others. Help those those we are connected to, help them to manifest their brilliance. Because just think about how beautiful it would be if everyone in our circle was brilliant and we all on the same accord. You know how powerful that would be. That's why I am so hard on connecting, teaching those as much as I can, with my family and people I connect to. Anybody I come across, I make it a point to teach them something. You're going to learn something from me. You might get the little regular conversation and the hoorah and the laughing, but at the end of the day is what I'm going to teach, what that great divine has put in all of us, brothers and sisters. And that's that great brilliancy that we all have within. Sometimes we being brilliant and we don't even realize it. So that's why I'm having one of these moments to shed light on that brilliancy that all of you brothers and sisters have. You just have to, like I say, you have to do things to manifest it, to bring it out. And this is a good way to do it too. Just read things, have a journal, write things down. And speaking of brilliance, when it comes to children, when we discipline, again, I'm not an expert. This is off experience, and this is effective. Now, I'm going to give an example of how brilliance can bring change to one life. Now, I want to talk about my 7-year-old. He had a discipline problem at his school. And so I wanted to talk to him about it. And he did do a little cursing, okay? Now, I wanted to talk to him about it. Now, we know how children can be. They don't want to talk. So he didn't want to talk, how they can be stubborn. I was stubborn when I was little. So I said, okay. So I grabbed the phone, and I don't recommend, I don't, condone giving the kids the phone, let the phone babysit them. But this was a tactic I was using to get him to speak. And most of the time when I let him get on the phone, I might let him play some games, but I have him do something educated, if I let him get on the phone. So I had him, so I had to distract his mind. Remember, this is a child. We are the adult. We got to keep that in mind. But we have to be creative, and I'm going to show you how this is effective. Now, I let him play the game. I distracted his mind, remember, because I am the adult. I am the more creative one. I've been here before him. So, that being said, gave him the phone, distracted his brain, and he was playing the game. And I waited till he got deep into it. Then I stopped him. And as he was getting excited, I say, now, in order for you to finish the rest of this word game, you have to talk to me about your situation at school. And he opened up. He started talking. Now, that might not be the best way, but it got him to open up. So that's where that brilliance come in. So I got him to talk about his situation. And I talked to him like a man. And always, when I speak with him, I don't talk to him like a child. I talk to him like a man, when I come to him, because I'm trying to teach him that, to learn how to talk about things and not act out. Even if when he's bad, talk about it. See why you did it. See why you heard the cuss word. Because we got to remember, brothers and sisters, my parents, my moms and my dads out there. You don't never know what's around him or he or she, if it's a girl or, a boy. You don't know what's around them that's influencing them. So that's why we have to talk, to get to the bottom of it, see where it's coming from, so we can try to prevent it from happening again. So I got him to open up. We had a good 10, almost 15-minute conversation, and I dropped some jewels on him, and told him what it was. And if he keep being influenced by those around him, they're going to drag him down. And I told him, as time go on, something I told my daughters also, as time go on, he'll see those kids that got him in trouble and get in trouble. You will see them as you get older and you keep sticking, because he's very smart. The teacher said he's the smartest one in the class. So, and I said, as he get older, he will see those fall off that didn't want to listen and, and behave. And even though, we know the history about schools and the history, but I ain't gonna get into that. But still, while we are in the situation, while the child is there, they have to behave within that system. So I said, he'll see as he get older. He'll see if he stick to what he's doing and learn what he's supposed to do and behave and be the young man. I know he's a child. He's gonna do things sometimes, but try his best to maintain and not be like the other children. He will see down the road how the lives of those children will be. Unless they change, unless they have someone in their lives that can come in. Because, I was volunteering at my son's school, but I haven't volunteered in a while. And I don't feel real great about it, but I had to take a little break and, because I work and my 27-year-old, that's my other son, and I'm trying to stay close to him because there's a lot going on. I just want to stay connected to him, and trust me, I wish I could help everybody, but, so I haven't been volunteering, but those who are, I would say do it. But I got a chance to do it, and I got a chance to go within the school and see really what teachers really go through. So it was a wonderful experience, and I probably will in the future, but I had to kind of put it on hold. I had to be honest about it. I had to kind of conserve my energy so, I can keep myself straight, so I can help keep my loved ones straight. So that's why I stop and have moments like this. So that was just a little example about my 7-year-old, what I just talked about. That's when brilliance come in, brothers and sisters. And, for those who have younger children, be creative. Don't just, be so quick to ground them or spank them. No, really talk to them. You have to think of ways to get in there. Remember, we are the adult. We are the smarter one, but we don't project that onto our children. We don't be like, oh, I'm smarter than you, a child, sit down. No, we treat them with respect, and they will in return give that respect back. But young kids are going to do what young kids do, because they're not in control of their emotions sometimes. They just get angry. They might know why. They might think they know why they're angry, but they don't know how to go into depth, and that's why it's good to talk and teach our children and stay at it. Don't give up. Keep up your guns. You gotta stick to your guns. Different kids that do different things. That's when you have to have that insecurity thing, your ego and all that. You gotta get all that out of the way. Remember, this is just a child, and and as they get older, and we have that same relationship with our children as they get older, male or female. And it's the same way. Be collective, talk, and things will just work out so much better that way, and it's more effective. Because when you wrapped up and I'm going to spank you and you're grounded and you wrapped up and you just pow, 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 you're not getting to the issue. It's just all you did was just, you didn't resolve it. You just spanked them and ground them, but you didn't get to the base of the problem so it don't happen again. So that's when brilliance come in. And this could be any situation where we're, conversing with a family member or a brother or sister, just anything that we have to communicate with in life. Be brilliant. We are brilliant. I wanted those to know that. I'm always going to put that good energy out there because there's so much negative shit in this world. But we can't let nothing deter us away. And this is anybody, children, their mothers, my family, brothers and sisters, those who are listening. Let nothing deter you away from the great life that you have made for oneself. We fought too hard to get where we at. I will always say that. Yes, literally fought. Do you know what some of us have been through to get to a state of mind that we are in? And what is what is success? I haven't said this in a while. This is connected to brilliance too. What is success? What does success mean to you? To me, and this is just my own opinion. To me, success is a state of mind. Not what we have, not what we see, not subscribers, not views. When we're whole within all the things like that will come naturally. And it will feel so much more better when we accept ourselves and we accept things naturally. And we don't push, but we don't give up, because some of us have children, some of us have significant others, and we have a lot of people in our circle that we do care about. I care about a lot. Like I told my son on that podcast, y'all gotta check that out. We had a pretty good conversation, and that was a inspiration for us, for other fathers and sons and mothers and daughters. We got to get reconnected, do shows and do podcasts and videos with our children, with our kids, make them, instead of having all these other people interview our children, and you'll connect. You'll be on a way higher level with our children. This young children or older children, male or female. It's a very beautiful thing. And that all stems from brilliance. Because if you are divinely connected, and this brother or sister, and if you great within and you put an impact on someone's life, you are brilliant. You are brilliant. And you look at family members, look at people in your family. How do you think you became brilliant? Because you come from your family. So there has to be some brilliance in your family. And those are the things that I think about when I'm in solitude. It's about cleansing and healing oneself, keeping oneself sustained, but it's also my opinion, this is what I do when I go in my solitude. This is what I told my son on that podcast. I think about everyone, because I don't care how much solitude we take, we're always connected to our loved ones. So that's why I keep everybody in my spirit. When I say everybody, I mean everybody, because the divine loves everyone. So, and when a negative comes, if it's a negative entity, the divine will take care of that. But don't let it stop us from being that loving, brilliant brother and sister. We keep being that person. Never let no person, place, or thing fuck with your character. Especially if you've been through the fire to get to the state of mind that you're in. And the state of mind is what? Success is a state of mind. So, and everything else will come. Money, things you might want. Let it come naturally. And that's being brilliant, my brothers and sisters. So I hope you enjoyed the example I gave of my 7-year-old. And like I say, listen to my son on our channel. We have music to come, and the song at the end of that podcast, it's in the end screen. Remember, the name of the podcast is Just Do Our Best, and the name of the song is Keep Your Mind Right. I believe a song me and him did. We collaborated, and it's at the end of that end screen. And it's a video on the end screen. Father and son discussion, another one me and him had. And like I said, we'll do a lot more of those. And I wanted to read these 2 stages again, and thank those that have been joining in, those who are listening. Salute, one love. And here's that 1 stage again, of light or color, very bright and radiant. If you are that, you are brilliant. Stage 2, exceptionally clever or talented. Now remember, clever in a righteous way, not evil, toxic, or bad, or sneaky. None of that. Okay, exceptionally clever or talented. If you are that, you are brilliant. And if you are gifted and talented, you are brilliant, like a diamond, It's a lot of us out here like that. We all can be brilliant, And if we don't think we are, study ways of becoming brilliant. And you'll never go wrong. You'll never go wrong. So, that's just something that was, in my spirit. That's just something that was in my spirit. And when that divine moves in our lives to speak, I think we should do it. And not like I said, not just speaking on YouTube. Whatever moment we can find, to keep oneself sustained and keep those great things, in our mind, And this is one good way, Like I said, sometimes we got to stop, slow things down, and get away from the noise. Because it's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. And we always got to focus. And what I say, stay organized, mind, body, and soul. And like I say, the body always follows the mind. Always. So keep great and wonderful and brilliant thoughts in one's mind, deep in our subconscious. So we can have those great things fester. I know how we talk about, we got to deal with issues and stuff like that within because they fester. Let's not think, we focus on, we pay attention to it, but let's pinpoint the great things. Let's harbor great and brilliant things within our subconscious so that can fester out and pour out onto the world. And again, I say, brothers and sisters, whoever listening, you are brilliant. I don't care what's going on. Person, place, or thing. Don't let nothing like that stop you if it's toxic. Because again, some of us have children, significant others, So know and look at yourself in the mirror every day you wake up. Say, hey, I'm brilliant. My family's brilliant. My children's brilliant. Those in my circle are brilliant. We gonna be fearlessly positive. Fearlessly positive. Be a beast when it comes to positivity, righteously, because we need it. So again, I'll say, you are brilliant. I don't care what nobody say. If nobody else tell you, I'll tell you. You are brilliant. And that's my thought. And I give honor to the reachers and teachers that's out there doing their thing. And I honor those brothers and sisters to take the time to listen to a brother. And why do I honor that? Because there are many great brothers and sisters out here. We always got to keep that in one's spirit. And I honor your family. I honor my family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please have the ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. Salute.